Amos 6. Woe to the serene people in Zion, and to the secure people in Mount Samaria. They are called the foremost of the nations, but the house of Israel came among them. Cross over to Cani, and see, and go from there to great Hamath, and descend to Gath, to the Philistines. Are they better than these kingdoms? Is their border greater than your border? Woe to you who spurn the day of evil while you convene sessions of injustice, who lie on ivory couches, stretched out on their beds, eating the fatted sheep of the flock and calves from inside the stall, who sing along to the tune of the lute, considering themselves like David with their musical instruments, who drink wine out of bowls, anoint themselves with choicest oils, and are not pained by the destruction of Joseph. Therefore, they will not be exiled at the head of the exiles, and the banquets of the haughty will cease. The Lord YHVH Elohim has sworn by himself, the word of YHVH, the Lord of legions. I loathe the glory of Jacob. I detest his places, and I will deliver the city and its inhabitants. It will happen that even if 10 men remain in one house, they will die. And his kinsman who saves him from the burning will carry him to take his bones from the house. And he will say to the one who is at the far end of the house, are there any more live people near you? And he will say, none. And he will say, remove them, for they were not found want to mention the name of YHVH. For behold, YHVH commands that he will shatter the large house into fragments, and small houses into chips. Do horses gallop on a rock? Can one plow it with cattle, that you have turned justice into hemlock, and the fruit of righteousness into wormwood? You who rejoice over nothingness, you who say, behold, with our strength we have taken power for ourselves. For behold, I am bringing up a nation against you, O house of Israel, the word of YHVH, God of legions, and they will distress you from the approach of Hamath to the Abarim brook. Thus did the Lord YHVH Elohim show me, behold, he was forming a swarm of locusts as the latter growth was beginning to sprout. And behold, the latter growth appeared after the king's reaping. It was when it was finished devouring the grass of the earth that I said, Lord YHVH Elohim, please forgive. How will Jacob survive? For he is small. So YHVH relented concerning this. It shall not be, said YHVH. Thus did the Lord YHVH Elohim show me. Behold, the Lord YHVH Elohim was summoning his legions to contend with Israel by fire, and it consumed the great depths and devoured the portion of land. And I said, Lord YHVH Elohim, please refrain. How will Jacob survive, for he is small? So YHVH relented concerning this. It shall not be, said the Lord YHVH Elohim. Thus did he show me, behold, the Lord standing on a plumbed wall, with a plumbed line in his hand. And YHVH said to me, what do you see, Amos? I said, a plumb line. YHVH then said, behold, I am placing a plumb line in the midst of my nation. I will no longer continue to forbear them. The high places of Isaac will be made desolate, and the sanctuaries of Israel destroyed, and I will rise up against the house of Jeroboam with the sword. Amos, the priest of Bethel, sent word to Jeroboam, king of Israel, saying, Amos has conspired against you in the midst of the house of Israel. The land cannot tolerate all his words. For thus did Amos say, Jeroboam will die by the sword, and Israel will be exiled from upon its land. Amaziah then said to Amos, Seer, go flee to the land of Judah. Eat bread there, and there you may prophesy. But do not continue to prophesy in Bethel. For it is the sanctuary of the king and the seat of royalty. Amos replied and said to Amaziah, I am not a prophet, nor am I a son of a prophet, but I am a cattle herder and an examiner of sycamores. YHVH took me from behind the flock, and YHVH said to me, Go prophesy to my people Israel. And now hear the word of YHVH. You say, Do not prophesy concerning Israel, nor preach about the house of Isaac. Therefore thus said YHVH, Your wife will be promiscuous in the city, and your sons and daughters will fall by the sword, and your land will be divided up by lot. You will die on contaminated soil, and Israel will surely be exiled from its land. Thus did the Lord YHVH show me, behold, a basket of summer fruits. And he said, What do you see, Amos? I replied, A basket of summer fruits. YHVH then said to me, The end has come for my people Israel. I will no longer continue to forbear them. They will wail the songs of the banquet hall on that day. The word of the Lord YHVH Elohim. There will be many corpses in every place, cast away, removed. Hear this, you who devour the needy, decimating the poor of the land, saying, When will the month pass so that we can sell grain, the sabbatical year, so we can open the stores of grain, reduce the ephod and increase the shekel, and distort the scales of deceit, to purchase the poor with silver and the destitute for shoes, and we will sell the refuge of the grain. YHVH has sworn by the glory of Jacob, I will never forget all their deeds. Should not the land quake for this, and all its inhabitants will be destroyed? Water will rise like the river over all of it, and it will push aside and submerge the land as does the river of Egypt. And it shall be on that day, the word of the Lord YHVH Elohim, that I will bring down the sun at midday, and I will darken the land on the day of light. And I will turn your festivals in the morning, and all your songs into lamentations. And I will bring sackcloth upon all loins, and baldness upon every head, and I will make the land as if in mourning for only sun, and its end like a bitter day. Behold, days are coming, the word of the Lord YHVH Elohim, when I will send hunger into the land, not a hunger for bread, nor a thirst for water, but to hear the words of YHVH. People will travel from sea to sea, and from north to east. They will wander about to seek the word of YHVH, but they will not find it. On that day, the beautiful virgins and the young men will faint from thirst. Those who swear by the idol of Samaria and say, by the life of your god Dan, and by the life of Beersheba, rise, and they will fall and will not rise again. I saw the Lord standing upon the altar, and he said, strike the lintel, and the side posts will quake, and shatter the head of them all, and the rest of them will slay by the sword. No fugitive among them will flee, and no refugee among them will escape. If they dig down into the grave, from there my hand will take them. And if they ascend to the heavens, from there I will bring them down. If they hide on the top of Carmel, from there I will seek them out and take them. And if they conceal themselves from my eyes on the floor of the sea, from there I will command the serpent, and it will bite them. If they go into captivity before their enemies, from there I will command the sword, and it will slay them. And I will fix my eye upon them for evil and not good. The Lord YHVH Elohim, the Master of Legions, he touches the land, and it melts, and all its inhabitants are destroyed, and water rises like the river over it, and it becomes submerged as under the river Egypt. Who built his strata in the heavens, and founded his group upon the earth, who calls to the waters of the sea, and pours them out upon the face of the earth. YHVH is his name. Behold, you are like children of the Cushites to me, O children of Israel, the word of YHVH. Did I not bring up Israel from the land of Egypt, as well as the Philistines from Capator, and Aram from Kir? Behold, the eyes of the Lord YHVH are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from upon the face of the earth. But I will not totally destroy the house of Jacob, the word of YHVH. For behold, I will decree that I will shake out the house of Israel among the nations, as grain is shaken in a sheaf, and not a pebble falls to the ground. They will perish by the sword, all the sinners of my people, those who say, not because of us will the evil approach any sooner. On that day I will raise up a fallen booth of David. I will repair their breaches and raise up its ruins, and I will build it up as in the old, so that they upon whom my name is called may inherit the remnant of Edom and all the nations, the word of YHVH. Whom shall do this? Who shall do this? Behold, days are coming, the word of YHVH, when the plowman will meet the reaper, and the treaders of grapes will meet the one who carries the seed. The mountains will drip juice, and all the hills will melt. I will return the captive, captivity, captivity? Oh, of my people Israel, the captive of my people Israel, and they will rebuild desolate cities and settle them. They will plant vineyards and drink their wine. They will cultivate gardens and eat their fruits. I will plant them upon their land, and they will never again be uprooted from the land that I have given them, said YHVH, your God.